Here's a problem from chapter 3 that takes 2 steps to solve. And let's look at why. So when we write down the givens, we've got a plane and it's going to accelerate. This velocity, it's not the acceleration they're giving us, it's the velocity they're giving us, and it's the initial one. So we've got the VI is 66, and it's speeding up to a final velocity of 88, and that is taking 12 seconds to happen, and we want to know how far it goes in that time. But if I look at the formulas, I've copied those up here. Well, for instance, what if I wanted to use this equation? If I go looking here, I mean, df and di are kind of like the delta d part. I've got vi, but I have time, but I don't know the a. So now I have 2 unknowns. Again, here I have VF and I have VI, but I don't know A or delta D. And if you look at all of the formulas, they all have A. So what I'm going to have to do is do this equation first and find A, and then I could use one of these, either one, to solve for delta D. So let's do step 1, solve for A. And that's change in velocity over change in time. So I'm always doing final minus initial. So that would be 88 minus 66 over 12. And when I get that, I'm gonna keep 2 sig figs here, and I get units of meters per second squared. And then now that I have A, I can plug that into one of these 2, whichever one I want. So let's say I'm picking this left-hand side one. And displacement is like df minus di technically, remember? So if I could just do df equals di plus okay, so I'm going to move di to the left-hand side because that is like the displacement. And then I've got 66 times 12, and then 1.8, or 1/2 times 1.8 times 12 squared. Okay. So then this is basically delta D, which is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna get pretty big numbers here, so I'm keeping 2 sig figs. The seconds are canceling. Two sig figs over here as well, so this is 130. So I get 920 meters. Now, girls in class told me that if they rounded, like at the end, they got a much different answer, like 940. But on a test or a quiz, I'm not gonna mark you down for whether you round at the end or round in the middle, as long as you've got your sig figs correct.